Yo, what is up everyone? In this video, I want to show you the full process of making a Claymation ad from start to finish. And by the end of the video, I'm going to give you my full Claymation ad skill, which I just finished, works super well, and is going to give you multiple Claymation styles. So cinematic to start, which you've seen all over the place. It makes these really nice cinematic Claymation ads. Then goofy, which I developed, which I really like. Then clean and simple, and then stop motion puppet. So you're going to have multiple different styles of Claymation visuals that you're going to be able to make. And inside of the skill, there's also some information on how to animate the images properly, so that it will also be able to generate the prompts for the video models. This is the end result that I'm going to be showing you my full process of making.
Willpower has nothing to do with whether you stick with keto. You bought a Thermomix thinking it would be enough. But women who actually stick with keto do one thing, which you haven't done yet, because look at what keto looks like without it. You search for recipes in Cookie Doo, and there's nothing. You gather something from groups, but half isn't for Thermomix, half has no macros. And again, you're sitting in the evening calculating net carbs yourself. But the women who stay on keto, they have something different. 500 keto recipes written for Thermomix, macros calculated on every dish, and one click.
All right, I think you get it. But yeah, so this is the video that we're going to be making. So I'll start by just walking you through the process real quick. So the first thing when you're making any type of ad, of course, is the script writing. I'm not going to talk too much about how we write the script, but in order to make a good script for an ad, if you're making an ad for a product that you're planning on running on Meta, step one, do some research on your customer through Reddit, reviews, forums, anything you can. Just get some insight. The goal is to understand the customer better than they know themselves. That way you can actually, well, tap into their real desires and agitate based on failed solutions in the past, etc. But yeah, so once you have your script, which here I have, you'll want to like break it down into parts. I didn't do this myself. AI just helped me like break it down into parts. Or no, I did break it down myself. Like this is the hook, this is the agitation, this is the turn, this is the proof plus vision, and this is the CTA. So that's not too hard. But then within those different sections, you're going to use AI to essentially create beats, which we'll cover right after. Now, the first thing that I always do is do the voiceover. Considering that this is a voiceover ad because we're doing Claymation, you can do a mix where like some parts are lip syncing, but here it's mainly just voiceover. So I always like to start with the voiceover. And the reason why is very specific, and I don't see many people talking about it, is that if you want like a smooth process for making the ad, what I really recommend is make the entire voiceover and then ask your AI to analyze the voiceover so that it understands the pacing. Once it understands the pacing, it's going to be able to help you plan the videos in a much better way, because sometimes voiceovers are slow, sometimes they're fast in some parts of the voiceover, and sometimes they're slow in other parts of the voiceover. It's not linear, and if your AI thinks it's linear, it's going to do shit for you, okay? It's like the video timing is going to be terrible, and you're just going to spend your time inside of your editor slowing down clips to Kingdom Come and having to regenerate stuff. So it's not a smooth process at all. So I always start with the voiceover, and then I have my AI analyze it. And inside of Starpop, which is my platform, by the way, we have this cool feature where essentially you can, where is it? Here, you can remove the dead air. So what I noticed is that during voiceovers, there's often a lot of like silences because it's slow. And so we have this feature that allows you to just like remove all of it so that the voiceover is like a bit faster pace. So then your AI can analyze this voiceover specifically post removal of like the dead space, and your chat is going to have a much better understanding of, okay, this is like the actual final pace of the video essentially, because this is what you would have to do in your editor later normally. Like of course in your editor you would remove all of the dead silences. Well, here it did it for you, and so your chat is going to have that level of understanding of the pacing that would be in the final video. That was a little yap on pacing for you. By the way, like what I just showed you, removal of the dead air, you can also do it locally if you're technical. I don't know if any other platform has this. Maybe I'll make a free tool for it if you ask. If you guys like find value in it, maybe I can make a free tool for it. Once you're done with your voiceover, you're going to go to the storyboarding stage where your chat, whether it's Starpop or it's Claude, it will work the exact same way in both cases. You're going to ask your agent, Claude, to analyze the voiceover, analyze your script, and essentially find visuals for it. And the Claymation skill is going to help you do that, okay? So once your Claude gets the skill and analyzes the voiceover, it's going to start helping you plan the different visual beats and the transitions between them, which is really good because with the Claymation style has this particular feel or vibe where scenes transition smoothly between one another because it's kind of like liquid. So there's a lot of potential for smooth transitions essentially. But yeah, so the storyboard is a very, very important stage. If you want a video that is really going to be good and original, you have to like pay attention to the storyboarding stage. And if you don't want to pay attention, that's fine. Just pay attention to the hook. It's the only thing. The hook, you have to have a concept that you like. So like I put some effort into this visual hook where the script was willpower, and like sticking to a diet isn't about willpower. And so my challenge was, okay, how do we visualize willpower? And I came up with this, which I thought was really cool, is like, the representation of like tug of war with a piece of cake, which, that's fun, that's visually interesting. And then yeah, so once you have your storyboard done, then in your storyboard there's going to be some consistent characters, most likely, very consistent characters or elements. 90% of the time you're going to at least have one consistent character. In this case it was this Cassia girl, which we just called her Cassia. But yeah, so it was her, so I had to make this character. And you have to be very clear with your chat if you're using Claude that this is the consistent character, and this character has to be like referenced inside of each image generation in the future, and video generations. I'm saying this specifically if you're using any type of MCP. So if you're using the Starpop MCP, or you're using Higgsfield or Max Fusion or FAL or Kia, whatever MCP, if your chat has access to video generation internally, you have to be very clear with it that it needs to reference characters. Otherwise, we're just gonna waste credits. Anyways, once you got your storyboard and you got your characters, then comes the fun part. You're going to actually visualize the frames of the beats that you established inside of your storyboard. And the way that you're going to do that is pretty simple. You're just going to ask the chat to make it for you, write all of the prompts for you, and then you're just going to approve, or you're just going to review them. Sometimes, if there's small modifications, I recommend just editing an image, not necessarily always regenerating. But yeah, that's pretty much it. It's not rocket science. If you've done a good job on the storyboarding stage, the image generation of like the scene frames goes by super smoothly. Okay, and then once you've done that, then it's time for the video beats and transitions. So I'll just play you one of the results here. And here I'm using, there's multiple different strategies on the video level. So we've covered everything so far. Up to images. When it comes to videos, there's multiple different strategies. Some people recommend doing Kling 3.0 start and end frame. The start and end frame workflow, if you're not familiar, is you do a start frame and an end frame for your first shot. And then the way that you handle smooth transitions through everything is that you essentially chain them together through your first shot will have a start and end frame, and then your second shot, you're going to take the end frame of your first shot, use it as the start frame of your second shot, and then introduce your third frame as the last frame of the second shot. Hopefully that made sense. Hopefully you followed. But yeah, so this is not how I did this. The way I did this was using Seedance 2.0, Seedance 2.0 Mini to be specific, so it's much cheaper. And the way I do this is that essentially I will give my multiple scene images and I will ask it to handle the transitions internally. So I can show you how I do it. This is not like rocket science, like, it's a workflow that isn't super original, but I have tested multiple, and honestly I am quite surprised by how smooth this workflow is. So I think I'm going to be doing more of this actually, even though Seedance 2 is like super expensive and super annoying. If you do a good job, and this is like the big caveat, if you do a good job at defining the image scenes and planning your video very specifically on the storyboard stage, then yeah, then it works, because I didn't have to regenerate these at all. I just took it worked the first time, because I had good images and because my prompt was good, or like the prompt that the chat wrote was good for like how it transitioned through them. So I'll just play this for you real quick.
Doom.
All right, so yeah, pretty cool. What that looks like post. Wait, shit. No, wait. Let me give you the actual, like, with the final edit, the way that it looks with the voiceover combination.
Willpower has nothing to do with whether you stick with keto. You bought a Thermomix thinking it would be enough, but women who actually stick with keto do one thing, which you haven't done yet, because look at what keto looks like without it. You search for recipes in Cookie-Doo, and there's nothing.
So that's pretty much it. Once again, I'm going to give you the Claymation ad skill. You should use it once you have your script to help you with the storyboard, generating the characters, and then generating all of your scenes, scene frames, and then how to use those scene frames inside of your video generation. For video generation, what I recommend, and I'm going to show you real quick, the actual chat where I made the full video, what I recommend, so again, as I said, I'm not going to go too much into script writing, but for script writing, I strongly recommend that you do Reddit research. If you're using Starpop, which is this platform right here, Starpop will help you do Reddit research on your customer and analyze your previous ads and just help you make a good script to start with. Once you have that, you'll be at the image generation stage. And the Claymation skill, which you can see here, is going to propose you different styles. And then once you've picked a style, it's going to help you generate your characters. So here, I was generating my character first, ended up going with this one, then storyboarding stage, right? So here you can see 15 video parts, storyboard. Again, as a reminder, first voiceover, then storyboard, then character elements, or character elements and storyboard. That's not too problematic. And then image scene frames. So here, I defined my storyboard. I worked with the chat a bit to like figure out what I wanted my hook to be. Boom, 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 boom. Then I worked a bit more on my hook, right? My hook image. Then I did some editing of the hook image, not in the chat, but I just like clicked edit here and did a bit more work on it so that I ended up with this image here, which I really liked. And then once I had everything, again, this is where the storyboard comes in. The chat had a really good understanding of like the transitions so that it could write good prompts. And then, yeah, boom. See, I had all of my start frames for my first part of the video, which contains multiple beats. And then, as you can see, it used Seedance 2 Mini in 9x16, 12 seconds. And the way that it knew how to make, the reason it knew to make it 12 seconds was because it had analyzed the audio previously. And here you can see this is the full prompt that it wrote, very detailed. And then here you can see these are the images that it passed to the model to actually make everything. I don't recommend that you just let Seedance 2 improvise, because otherwise you're just going to have to regenerate a bunch of times, and Seedance is way too expensive to do that. Just make good images and plan your video. Then same thing for the second part, made my start frames, and then passed everything to Seedance to make a 13-second video, transitioning through them. Then same thing again here, boom, next frames, again, video generation. This one had a bunch. Boom, 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 boom. This one had a lot. And again here, you know, images, then video. And then here, this was the last shot, I believe, yeah. And boom, boom, boom. So yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. I'm going to have the Claymation skill down below. If you have any questions, just let me know. I started a new Instagram where I post a lot about all this stuff. I give some practical tips. So follow me there. It's going to be linked down below. It's called @DavidAIStar. I'll have like a little caption here. If you DM me on Instagram, I will reply. Just DM me on Instagram if you have any questions. And yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. Like, Claymation ads are fucking awesome. They work super well. Again, I can't say this enough. Make a good script first, and then make your ad. And if you don't know how to do research, if you're lazy, well then, you know, use a tool like Starpop to help you do research, so that it can actually like help you like pull Reddit insights, Trustpilot reviews from competitors and your own, bloody TikTok comments, Facebook groups. You know, you have to use a platform that can do research for you, or you have to do it yourself to write a good script. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Comment down below if you want anything else, and see you in the next one.